So today, I just want us to have a conversation around this desperation thing that has been going around regarding women versus desire. And I really want to speak to you from my heart to help you know the difference. Because in today's day and age, there seems to be a blur line between what am I doing that shows that I am desirous versus what am I doing that shows that I am desperate. Now, I want to use an example of trying to get into a company, for instance. So let's start out with that. Sometimes, maybe this doesn't apply to many people nowadays, as many people want to create their own organizations. But back then, and I know even still till right now, maybe just not as loud as it used to be, there are organizations that people used to desire to want to work with. So, for instance, I'm not going to call any brand name here. I'm just going to form a brand name, okay? For our example's sake. Let's say you want to work with Light Incorporations. There's something about them. Maybe they're in the hospitality business and you love the way they treat their staff, what you've heard about them over the years. You've always desired to work with Light Inc. Okay, so what are you going to do differently from a person who is going to get a better result compared to someone who is just desiring without any action? So if you want to work in Light Inc., you are going to, first of all, their emails, websites, all their notifications, whatever it is, or however it is they communicate to the outside world, has to be on your top priority list. Their notification has to be on your device, so that whenever it is they're sending out a message or they're sending out employment, they're sending out job employment needs, you can get the notification and apply for it. Okay, do you see? So this is an example. And so the other method is also to go there, visit, and see who you can talk to. See, of course, I'm assuming right now in this example that you have value to add to them. It's not that, oh, you're going to beg for a job and you don't have any value. So in this example, this person, being you, has value to offer this organization. So you go there. While you do that, you also speak to people. Hey, I really want to work in Light Inc. and I'm interested in this company. Is my going to be my dream to work there? It has been on my bucket list. And you go on and on and on. And you keep making the move that you can you can make within your power. Please understand that I understand that you cannot do more than, how do I want to put it in the right way now. It takes you both. It takes you and Light Inc. to want to work together. So I'm not saying that, oh, you are not going to force your way into Light Inc., which is where I'm going to come to the part of desperation, okay? But you, at least you are doing your part to make sure that, hey, this Light Inc. company, this Light Incorporation, I desire to work with it and I'm pursuing that desire in a healthy way. Now, switching it off to desperation. Desperation would be saying, oh, I want to sleep with one of the top managers so that I can get a job there. Now, that has moved from desire to desperation. So the difference really between desire and desperation is is really the value system and the line that you are willing to cross or not cross. The value, and that is going to be guided by your value system. The line that you're willing to cross or not cross is what really distinguishes desire from desperation, and this line is different in different contexts. The line must be clearly defined. It must be a line of wrong. It's not that it's a line that you have a bias about. So for instance, somebody may feel that speaking to someone in the organization about wanting to have an employment with Light Inc. is desperation. No, that's not desperation. You are pursuing your desire. So you are speaking to someone, as long as it's ethical, as long as you're not stealing, as long as it's not against the company's work ethics. But the desperation starts to come where, oh, I want to sleep with this, I'm going to sleep with the manager to get a job. Oh, if I don't get it, I will die, which you won't, those sort of things. That now becomes desperation. Or you are offered or you are given an offer. Desperation also comes in the form where you are given an offer and it doesn't sit well with your conviction. You are told to compromise in a particular area. Then you now say, okay, let me just do it so that I will say that I got into light ink. That is desperation. And could you have gotten into light ink in the right way? Yes, you could have definitely and absolutely gotten into light ink, our example in this video, in the right way. But you decided to spoil it by going against your value system, your convictions, and your belief, because we should all have one. And I'm doing this video in mind with knowing that, and I know that we have new people listening in, so welcome, and please do well to watch the Meet Your Husband playlist so that you can listen to all I've said regarding value system. But I'm doing this video in mind with the assumption that you already know these things, because I've discussed it before, which is why I'm saying if you don't know these things, please go back to the playlist and go and revisit some of the videos where I've explained convictions, value system, and so on and so forth. Now, bringing it to marriage, especially as it has to do with the worthy wife, with you, the worthy wife, on the journey to meeting her husband, there seems to be this blur line. If you want to take a course or if you're watching a video, it is now being, or it seems as though it's being tagged as if you are desperate. You have a desire, which is a godly desire, to get married, and you are pursuing that desire as long as it concerns you. So what are you doing? You are getting into conversations and like this. You're watching videos like this to see if there are things you need to know better. And trust me, we all need to know. There are things we always need to learn and know better daily. So trust me on that one. That one shouldn't even be a, oh, I'm desperate or I'm not desperate. It's just a no-brainer. The one that I want to talk about is when you step into coaching, like you step into a coaching circle with me, or step into a private coaching private coaching session with me, maybe for a number of weeks, and you start feeling, I'm saying that you want to get into coaching and you are having that dilemma of stepping into coaching. Does it not mean that I am desperate for marriage? The answer is no. You are pursuing a desire as long as it concerns you. Please note that, and I've attended and addressed this in a lot of other videos. I'll just try to brush up on some things. Please note that the dynamics, unfortunately, I know for the dynamics for getting married in this day and age has changed. The values, the foundations, the principles, the standard hasn't changed, especially if you're following God's word. But I mean the dynamics in which people meet, the kind of fears people have, experiences that people have. And then, because our world is a world where everybody's information is all up in your face, whether you're asking for it or not. You literally have to take a phone break to not be a part of what everybody expects you to have heard in the news. Those things are getting to singles and they don't even know, even guys. So they are getting to them and they are wondering a lot of time decisions that you would have taken fast because you don't know who divorced who, like you're just like, I love this girl, let's get married. But now you are thinking, you don't want to marry this girl. You are thinking 1,000 times because you've seen 62 news on the blog in your nation that said one woman slapped her husband. So the dynamics have changed. And what I do for you is to help you get the strategies and see how you can position yourself. I call my strategy spirited strategy, and see how you can position yourself and be reposition position yourself, and even some of the biases and things within you that you are not aware of. I know everybody thinks they're like the freshest thing that has happened. That's what everybody thinks until you sit down in a coaching or a counseling session. Trust me, everybody thinks that, because we are all a work in progress, and it is okay. So if you find yourself in this situation, I've said it before again in many of my videos, you are over the age of 30 and you have the desire, you're like, oh, okay, it's not like I want to succumb or I'm succumbing to the pressure of society, but I'm over the age of 30 and I actually desire to marry and spend a good number of years in my marriage. Let me step into a coaching conversation with SAGENEL. That sort of thing, that's what I'm talking about. It's the same way. It doesn't make you less of a Christian. When a woman is over the age of 30 typically, and maybe she hasn't gotten pregnant for some reason, what do you do? What do you do as a Christian? Hasn't this happened to people around you? You go and do tests to find out, oh, medically, is anything wrong? Does it mean that, oh, the woman is now a carnal woman, she doesn't believe God? But it's getting high, or it seems as though it won't be in a few years time, which is why I'm taking out time to explain some of these things. But it seems as though some of these things are, or it is difficult for a woman who hasn't gotten married to step into a private coaching conversation, or might be, this is not for everybody, because I've had people who have consulted with me privately, trust me. But I want you to also come and have, whether it's the group coaching session or the private coaching session, so that you can meet your husband, you and your husband will meet, and then you get married and will move past it and you start building the family. You see what I'm saying? So the desperation part of it, I've just explained the desire and just getting that bloodline off, and the assumption that, oh, when you are a part of a coaching stuff, then you are desperate. No, the desperation comes when, after all the coaching that you've received, or while you're receiving those coaching, you are not ad you don't have any value system in the first place, and you're not adhering to like value system convictions to align with the right kind of spouse. So it's like anybody and everybody is the person you want to get together with. You just want to get married tomorrow. Now that is desperation. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people that even find themselves in desperate situations, there are those that refuse to be coached. The ones who think, oh, they're getting into coaching or getting knowledge is desperation, but they find themselves over and over again, sadly and ironically, getting into relationships that they have no business with. But when we said come for the coaching, come and learn how to meet your husband, come and do the thing, you said no. It's like you are desperate. But then you saw a man with red flags, literally, and you say, let's manage it and see how it goes. Is the hypocrisy for me? Do you get? Is the hypocrisy for me? So desperation really boils down to when you are willing to you should have a conviction, a belief system, value system. Again, check out the videos to hear what that means. If you don't know what that means, everybody should have that. That is on, I'm not talking about a bias, I'm talking about value system, convictions, things that you should do. You should have standards for your life drawn out of God's word, like no sex before marriage, for instance. Like, hello, I mean, if you want me so bad, then get married to me. So I'm just giving, so there are other convictions like that that are not born out of bias. I'm not talking about a conviction that you could not marry a short man. That's not a conviction, that's a bias. Okay, you get it? Oh, that you cannot marry somebody outside of your church, that's not a conviction, that is a bias. Yeah, that's that for that. So I don't want to make this video too lengthy, because if I get into that, we won't leave here, and I've dealt with that in some other videos. So I would say, woman and dear worthy wife, please do well to not feel ashamed about your desire. The desperation again comes when you start lowering your standard. Desperation even really is getting with a man that is not right for you. Okay, getting with a man that is not right for you, that is where the desperation comes. The desire of getting into coaching, getting guidance, getting help, getting into communities with other worthy wives that are on the journey to meeting their husband, the journey rather towards that is a desire, and is a good one that should be pursued. I needed to attend to this topic because there's been a bloodline, especially for Christian women, women of faith, yes, I am pulling you. I'm not dragging your wig too much, but I'm just pulling you. It's you I'm talking to. You feel like, so I'm cheating on God if I maybe step into a coaching program about, or what about marriage. It looks like I'm not waiting on God. Well, then why do you guys, when you get married, why do you have a sister or a friend who, when she hasn't gotten pregnant for, some people don't even wait 1 year. Doctors even say wait 1 year. Some people don't even wait 1 year. They don't even wait 2 years. Like 6 months, they're already in the doctor's office. Like, what's happening? What's happening? So there's a lot of hypocrisy going around a lot of times in the Christian space, and I don't want that to be you. You better don't shortchange yourself, because coaching, counseling, especially coaching in this context, is supposed to cut your journey short by infusing into you information, insight, revelation, and perspective that you did not know before, that is going to help you do better and actually get a different result, which is better. Okay, so think about what I've just said. Like I said, it's going to be a heart to heart, and I hope it has been, truly, it has been a heart to heart conversation. This is not a 1 step or 3 step or 62 steps videos. This is a video speaking to you as a sister to let you know it is okay. It is okay to, to feel that longing that is put on the inside of you by God for marriage, for wanting to build a family. Check my playlist to see other things I've spoken about, the wrong motives for marriage and all that. So I'm saying this with the right motive of wanting to build a family and get married. It is okay to feel that and pursue it. It is okay to get into coaching with SAGENEL. It is okay to buy a book. It is okay to watch our YouTube videos and spread it around. In the next 5 years maximum, these things are not going to be issues anymore. I'm telling you, because the world we live in do no longer exist. So if you are still feeling like, you're the one that will be there in the next 5 years, it's going to be normal, because like I said, the dynamics has changed. And these are the things I talk about inside the coaching session. So please click the link in the description. There are always important links for you there to find ways that you can work with me privately. I'm not just a YouTuber, so it's not like, oh, I'm just a YouTuber. No, I actually help people behind the scene all the time, weekly, to make sure that they are meeting and marrying their husband, getting therapy, getting the help they need, and becoming better versions of themselves. I am Sage Nail. If you're new here, welcome to SAGENEL TV. I hope that you have enjoyed all that I've shared with you so far. If you have enjoyed it, it's a good time to subscribe and then turn on the notification so that you can be a part of the future videos I'll be sharing. If you are returning, thank you so much for returning. Do not forget to share your comments, share your questions, share your thoughts, and also share topics that you want me to speak on in the next set of videos. Like I said, there are ways that I can help you. Please check the links in the description. And this should not be the last video you should be watching on this channel, especially if you're on the journey to meeting your husband. There's a playlist. Please sit with it. At the end of the day, light, knowledge, it's it removes ignorance, it removes darkness, it removes confusion, and it removes, the cobwebs of life that makes it look like, why does it look like this thing looks so cumbersome? And that is what you need right now. I'm promising you that what you are seeing as a big deal, like, oh, I'm not getting married, no man is approaching me, what is going on, how is this, it's okay for you to ask those questions. And what is looking like a mountain to you right now is something that God has gifted and bestowed me with to help you simplify and help you get results. You get, so what is so gigantic to you right now is really easy by God's grace for me to help you get the results. So please do not walk in silence. Do not suffer in silence. Do not walk alone. I'm here to help you. We have a community of worthy wives, and I'm more than happy to help you meet and marry your husband towards the building of the family, which is going to establish God's will on earth through your lineage as it is in heaven. I'll see you in the next video. You definitely can see me on previous videos that you may have missed. You can follow me on Instagram at sage_nel. That is SAG_NEL. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to share this video with someone. Bye.